In this lesson, we're going to learn how to summarize a continuous variable in R. So the goal of the analysis for this lesson will be to get a sense of the duration of the walking trips made by Americans in the year 2022. And we'll be using three variables from the American Time Use Survey. The first of these three variables is TE where. If this variable takes a value of 14, that refers to a walking trip. So first, let's create a subset and we're going to call it walking. Then use the assignment operator, then type the name of the data frame from which we are going to create this subset. So the data frame would be data. Then use the pipe operator, then use filter, then use TE where equals 14. So we can just select this and click run. So this creates our new data frame called walking, which has data on all the walking trips. Now let's create a 5-number summary using the 5num. So name of the data frame is walking, $, and then put TU_ACT_DUR. So this is the variable that shows the duration of each activity. So in this case, it would show the duration of each trip. So if we just select this, click run, so this shows us the 5-number summary. So here the first one is the minimum, which is 1. Then we have the first quartile, which is 5. Then we have the median, which is 8. Then the third quartile, which is 15, and the maximum, which is 362. Now another way to summarize this TU_ACT_DUR variable is to create a histogram, and to do that we'll use this ggplot function. Then type the name of the data frame, which is walking, then use the AES function, and inside that put the name of the variable, the outcome variable here. So just type x equals TU_ACT_DUR. So just this one, TU_ACT_DUR. Next, just put a plus, then use this geom_histogram. So these would be our most basic histogram. So if I select this, click run, this creates our basic histogram. Of course, we can improve it. First thing I want to do is change the theme. So you can select theme_classic. Then I also want to change the name of the x-axis level using the labs function. And inside that we type x equals duration per trip in minutes. Now if I select this, click run, I get this new histogram. Next, another thing that we can change is bean width. So here, because we didn't put any bean width, they used 30 as the default number. So let's pick the minimum. So bean width equals 1. That would be the minimum that we can select in this case. So if we do that, this is how our histogram looks. So depending on the context of your study, you can select the bean width. It's difficult to give you a generic response on what the ideal bean width should be. Now another thing that we can do here is limit the x-axis value. So here x-axis means this duration. So we can observe that there are rarely any observations above 100. So because most of the observations are within 0 and 100, we can use the xlim function, and inside that we can put 0, 100. This will limit our x-axis between 0 and 100. So this is how it looks once we added the xlim 0, 100 into our code. Now another way to summarize any continuous variable is to create a box plot. We can easily convert the histogram to a box plot. To do that, I'm just going to copy this and paste it here. Next, I'm going to change this geom_histogram to geom_boxplot, and then we don't need this bean width anymore. So if I select this, click run, this will create our basic box plot. But we might want to create separate box plots for each day. So for example, in the ATUS, this TU diary day variable, this variable shows the day in which people provided responses related to the activities that they conducted. So 1 would be Sunday and 7 would be Saturday. Now we can incorporate this variable into our code. So to do that, I can just add fill equals factor, and then inside the function we can put the name of the day. Then inside the labs function I can type fill equals diary day, and then if I select this and then click run, now this will create a day specific box plot. Now of course you can change these 1, 2, 3, 4 to the name of the days that they refer to, and I will share the code with you in the blog, which will be available in the course website. One last thing that you can do here is eliminate these values from the y-axis and also the ticks from the y-axis, because they don't really have any significance in the context of this box plot. So to do that, you can use this theme function, and inside the theme function you type axis.text.y and then equals element blank. You can also use this axis.ticks.y and then again equals element blank. So then if you select this, click run, this should eliminate the numbers and the ticks from the y-axis. So this is how my box plot looks, and I'm pretty happy with it. And this is how you can use multiple visualizations to summarize continuous data in R.